Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahashon Hakudash. I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Shemai, Yasher Allah, Yahweh, Allah Yahweh, Yahweh, Achad, Shemai, Yasher Allah, Yahweh, Allah Yahweh, Yahweh, Achad, Shemai, Yasher Allah, Yahweh, Allah Yahweh, Yahweh, Achad. All right. Shalom Akim. All right. Like I said, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Awashai, Bashem Chakudash, double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. All right, today I want to go into a live stream. Basically, going into something that I saw the elder apostles getting into. And it was basically IUIC did a video about um I guess a sister had accused Jake of leaving her pregnant and alone or something. And Salak, I didn't watch the whole video, but I know it was pertaining to um we the basically not solidifying the union, all right, through Esau Edom, because you have a lot of Israelite sects, a lot of Israelite camps that believe that your union between you and your wife is not official unless you go through Esau Edom, okay, which that's not in the scriptures, all right, all right. It was one account where the our people was accusing Yahushua to the Romans, and the Romans told them to deal with them deal with Yahushua according to your law, showing you that even when we was under the Roman providences and Roman dominion, all right, we still had our customs, all right. And I believe Elder Yashwama put up on the comment board how the marriage certificate then come about to around the 1600s. All right. So that means that we didn't have marriage certificates, all right, when the Romans was ruling over us in Jerusalem, man. All right. But that goes right back to that slave mentality that you have to get everything set in stone through Esau Edom, man. And if it's not set in stone through Esau Edom, then it's not official. Just like we don't have a 501c3 tax exempt, all right, and we don't have that uniform and that military like structure, then we're not officially prophets. All right. All right. But what I want to get into, and brothers, you can get your scriptures, whatever comes into your spirit. But there's something that I wanted to briefly speak on is that a union between a man and a woman is of the Yahweh Bashma Shai. There's a scripture in Proverbs where it says is one, there's a scripture in Proverbs where King Solomon says one thing that he basically doesn't understand and doesn't know is the way between a man and his maid. So what does it mean when it says he doesn't know the way between a man and his maid? So what happens behind closed door and the union and the dynamic that you have with you and your wife, that has nothing to do with the masses, man. That's not their freaking business. All right. But on a more deeper level, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai draws you to your woman. All right. And a marriage certificate doesn't make her your wife. Sex really makes her your wife. That's why it says in Genesis, all right, in the book of Genesis, it said Isaac went into Rebecca's tent, and he knew her, and she became his wife. Now, what does it mean when it says, and Isaac knew her? All right, that's the old way of saying he had sex with her, and through sex, the marriage had been consummated. All right, the marriage is consummated through sex. Sex is marriage. All right, there is no freaking dating. All right, in our holy land, in our holy customs, there's no dating. There's no playing the field. All right, all right. You really supposed traditionally, a woman's supposed to only sleep with one man until she dies, or until he dies, or until they die. Okay. All right, but we're in Babylon, and Amos 7:17. Your wife should be a harlot in the city because she slept with different men before you, and that's something that we accept per the captivity that we're in. But the point is, marriage and a certificate doesn't bring you together. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua brings you together. All right. That's why a union, which is really your marriage, all right, your so-called relationship, it came by way of Yahweh by Shema Shai. That's why certain women, the Most High doesn't allow you to talk to, or y'all might initially start out talking. Next thing you know, they disappear because the Most High didn't want her as your wife, all right? Or vice versa. The Most High didn't want this particular man as your husband, all right? But that marriage is cemented through sex, not paperwork, man, all right? And that's adultery to see a woman, all right? And okay, she doesn't have a ring on her hand. She doesn't have a marriage certificate. So you don't respect the union between her and her man, her so-called boyfriend. That's still fucking adultery, man. So to not acknowledge the union between a man and a woman because it's not cemented through Esau's structure. It's not. It's how does that sound? It's not cemented through your enemy structure. Therefore, you don't respect it. It's not confirmed through your enemy's system. Your enemies, the Romans, Esau, Edom. It's not verified through your enemy. Therefore, it's not official. That doesn't make any sense. All right. A union is set up by the Most High. What you call chemistry and a connection that draw you to a particular woman, and and that's between that's set up by Yahweh by Shema Shai. And that's something that I learned from listening to the elder apostles. And with this particular topic, elder apostle Ramla, he broke it down beautifully, man. That connection is of Yahweh by Shema Shai. All right? How you're drawn to a particular woman, or she's drawn to you, and there's an attraction, and that turns basically sexual, man. Then y'all consummate, y'all married through sex. All right, now that's your woman. All right? You see? Not no freaking paperwork, man. Like I said, it doesn't make sense as men of Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, to have something set in stone through the very people that we call our oppressors and our enemies. Same thing how we're not acknowledged because we don't have paperwork and a covenant with the heathen, with the ministry. Yahweh Shai doesn't need a covenant. He doesn't need 501c3 tax exempt. All right, he doesn't need to bridge himself. He doesn't need to bridge his doctrine with the state. All right, our union with Yahweh Bahashim Shai ain't got nothing to do with the fucking state, man. All right, our union, we're the wife of Yahweh Shai, and we don't need the state to join us with Yahweh Shai. That's like you don't need the state to join you with your woman. Are there perks to it? Yes. But that didn't submit the marriage. Sex submitted to marriage. All right? So, like I said, that's adultery, man. To not acknowledge that this is this man's wife. To not acknowledge that this is a man's wife because they don't have paperwork, man. That's how Jake gets slumped over, man. All right? And really, Jake did. Hey, that's why it says in Sirach, a sinful man would not be excused because he finds an excuse to do his own will. That's what Jake do in the world, man. Jake low key want to commit adultery because that's not his wife, or that's not your wife, or y'all just shacking. Cause really, you want that man, woman. You need an excuse. Oh, I ain't see no ring. You see her with the man every day. You see her with the same dude every day. That's 2/3 shit, man. So you got niggas, you got somebody in the world going off their own flesh. A nigga like somebody going, basically in the world going off their own flesh, but they got the Israelite facade. And the Israelite is us, man. Abba willing us, man. We fear Yahweh Shema Shai. We ain't with that nigga energy, man. All right, and them niggerisms, man. All right, when it comes to a nigga like, they got the same street energy, or they got the same nigga energy with the garment on, with the turban on. You see? My connection was breaking up. That's why I just stopped talking. But that's pretty much the point, man. All right, unions. Like you got a brother, you might have a brother, right? All right, you might have a brother that's your so-called best friend. All right, meaning you're closer to him than any other brother. All right. Did y'all have to go through the state to submit y'all friendship? Nah, that bond between you and this particular brother, all right, that's from Yahweh Bashmael Shai. That one brother that's from Yahweh Bashmael Shai. All right. Like I said, Esau has perks to those so-called marriages, but then statistically, most of them ended divorce. All right. So I mean, that's pretty much the point, man. Everything is spiritual, man. The way between a man and his mate is spiritual. And if it's spiritual, you really can't see it. It's spiritual, it's metaphysical, so to speak. All right, same thing with you and a brother that you close to, or you and them brothers. All right, y'all don't have to go through a system to cement y'all friendship. It's just spiritual. The fact that y'all met up and went to the same school or grew up in the same neighborhood, now y'all real close. That's the Most High gave y'all each other as like it says, a threefold cord cannot easily be broken. So the Most High gave you that friend, all right, as a support, as you know, a duo, so to speak. Same thing with a woman. The Most High gave you that woman. He gave y'all each other, all right, because two is better than one, and a threefold cord cannot easily be broken, man. All right, that's why it says a friend is made for adversity, man. That's why the scripture speak on in Sirach about, you know, basically a good woman, man. Because those are gifts from Yahweh by Shema Shai that doesn't have to be cemented, all right, through the state of your enemy, the power structure that we know is our enemy, that we prophesy against every weekend. But now nothing is official unless they verify. That doesn't make sense, man. We don't respect their little verifications, man. The little systems, man. We have to give unto Caesar's what Caesar's, so we're not finna, neglect our payments. But these things that we talk about, the union between the man and the woman, all right, the union between the ministry and Yahushua, we don't have to go through the system and have a covenant, man. The scripture says, thou shalt not make a covenant with the heathen. Because these things are spiritual, man. All right? But that's pretty much the point. I do hope you brothers and sisters was edified. Once again, I want to give out honor and glory to Yahweh Bashma Shai, Bashma Kakudash, double honor to our elder apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wellness in the house of David the elect. Like I said, I didn't watch the video that they did the video response to, but I think I got a good gist of what they was talking about, because basically, IUIC, if I'm not mistaken, didn't acknowledge the union between a man and this woman because it wasn't submitted to Esau Edom, which is our enemy. The reason why we fucking got jobs, man, all right? The reason why we got jobs and we're subject to payments because we're in the land of our enemies, man, all right? The reason why we have nothing is because of our enemies. The reason why we're here in America is because of our enemies. Now we got to go through our enemies. Even during slavery, nigga, we jumped the fucking broom. You ever heard of something called jumping the broom? All right, meaning you got a woman, y'all didn't go through, hey, master, I want a wife. Y'all jumped the fucking broom. All right? Excuse my language, man. But how can you have a ruling class mentality if you can't picture a world without your enemy? Like a child can't go nowhere without their parents. A lot of you Israelites, y'all can't picture a world without Edom. Like just admit it. You can't picture a world without Edom. You can't worship Yahweh Shai. You can't teach Yahweh Shai without your enemy. You gotta be official. You're not official unless your enemy co-sign it, unless he puts his print on it. Oh, this union between you and this woman is not official unless your enemy put his stamp on it, man. All right? Come on, man. Like I said, even in slavery, we jumped the broom, man. Even when we was under the Roman providences, man. All right? The Romans allowed us to keep our so-called Jewish customs while we were under the rulership of the Romans. So yeah, they taxed us, but culturally, They let us maintain our own customs. That's why it was told to the Jews concerning Yahushua, judge him according to your law. That's y'all shit. All right, that's y'all conflict. You see? So when Yahushua attended that wedding they had nothing to do with the Romans. That was a so-called Jewish wedding, a Hebrew wedding. All right? Jerusalem was just under paying tribute, under tributary to the Romans. Jerusalem was just a Roman province, if you may call it that, in which when the Romans conquered the known world, the other societies under them were put under Roman governors. All right? And like I said, they were taxed under the Romans. But they still allowed us to keep our own customs, man. All right? So that's why people show in their doctrine and the words they say, you don't have a sovereign class mentality. Sovereign meaning we want to exist outside of this power structure when Yahweh Shai comes. So not only do you not have a ruling class mentality, you don't have a sovereign class mentality because you can't picture a world without Edom. You know? But nonetheless, I digress. Once again, the water for tuning in. All right. Shalom to you brothers and sisters who tapped into this live stream. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Chakwadash, double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba Bao, Kamel Shalom. Shalom. And like I said, it's more than a ring, brothers. It's more than paperwork. You see a man with a woman or a woman, she got a dude, she got a dude she going steady with, that's her husband. Technically, the dude she lost her virginity to is her husband. But even now, the dude she with, that's her husband. It ain't no such thing as no boyfriend, none of that. All right? For edification's sakes. And that's how you stay out of trouble, man. All right, but with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Till the next time, shalom. Everything is spiritual. Stuff keep coming. It's spiritual, man. Everything is spiritual. But to the next time, shalom.